it results in a not so common word, postpartum depression, meaning depression which occurs post-pregnancy. The birth of a baby can trigger some powerful emotions in a woman, from excitement and joy to fear and anxiety. But it can also result in something you might not expect. And I believe a lot of you may have not heard: depression. Postpartum issues related to mental health can be broadly divided into three. I urge you all to pay attention, into three: postpartum blues, postpartum depression, and postpartum psychosis. Number one, postpartum blues, which is more common and less severe. Some of the symptoms could include mood swings, crying spells, anxiety, difficulty sleeping. The second one, postpartum depression, which is more severe form of postpartum blues, could include symptoms which are more long-lasting, like depressed mood, severe mood swings, excessive crying, inability to sleep, inability to eat, or binge eating, feeling irritable, hopeless, feeling like you're not a good enough mother, feeling of worthlessness, shame, guilt, to the extent of wanting to commit suicide. And the third, very uncommon but prevalent, is postpartum psychosis, which is an extreme mood disorder, including hallucinations and delusions and paranoia, attempt to harm yourself and your baby. I'm sure I'm breaking this to a lot of you. But what are the causes of such kind of depression? What causes this kind of depression in young mothers? Well, the experts have not been able to put a finger on an exact reason, but some of the reasons could be attributed to physical and emotional issues. Physical changes right after childbirth, a dramatic drop in estrogen and progesterone level in your body may contribute to postpartum depression. These hormones drop sharply, resulting in us not being able to react to situations like we did earlier. Emotional issues, like when you're sleep deprived, you don't know how to take care of a young child. You have never done it before. You may be anxious. You may be overwhelmed with emotions and feelings to handle a newborn baby. You feel like you've lost control of your life. So these are some causes that can push you towards either postpartum blues, postpartum depression, or postpartum psychosis. That brings me to the third question: what can we do about it? If you're feeling depressed after your baby's birth, you may be reluctant or even embarrassed to admit it. But if you experience any such symptoms, you must consult a doctor and take an appointment. Question is, how will you take an appointment when you don't understand what is happening to you? For that, we need to spread awareness about this field of depression. Despite the launch of India's National Mental Health Program in 1982, maternal mental health is still not a prominent component of the program. Dedicated maternal mental health services are largely deficit in the healthcare facilities, and there are no trained officials. Furthermore, there is currently no screening tool designated for use in clinical practice to collect data on women with postpartum depression. Yes, are you as amazed as I am? An approximate study found that 400 to 700 out of 1,000 women suffer from baby blues. 100 to 200 suffer from postpartum depression, and 2% of those suffer from postpartum psychosis. Can you believe that with such high numbers of mothers suffering this clinical issue, It is still commonly not known and talked about. Today, my speech demanded me to research on a topic that I didn't know too much about and then present my research findings. I had a speech prepared on identical twin studies 6 months ago. Then what led me to change my mind last night? I got news of someone who suicided because of postpartum depression. It was sad that a young life was lost. But do you know what was more sad? Was that the people discussing her death didn't even understand why she took the step she took. One conversation during the funeral went on like this. An elderly lady said, सब तो था उसके पास, ऊपर से बेटा हुआ था, समझ नहीं आता आजकल की जनरेशन को चाहिए क्या? Meaning, she had everything, plus she was blessed with a baby boy. God knows what this generation wants. This led me to realize how unspoken, unknown, and uncommon this silent killer called depression is. But I don't blame that lady. They have never heard of it. How will they fathom and understand what happened? After my first child, I was also incessantly crying in the evenings. Today, because of this research, I know what to name what I was feeling that day. It was postpartum blues. A lot of celebrities in India and abroad have worked towards awareness like this, like Mandira Bedi and Samira Reddy. I want all of us to discuss and talk about this and spread awareness. I will be sharing the names of some of the website and links that helped me to research in the link in the chat box. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ankita. Postpartum depression is definitely something which needs to be addressed more and taken a lot more seriously.